Into day 3, Arica getting back from the second visit to the toy store. Now, where we raided, is anybody sick? Which is pretty much the same question every morning. No, we weren't. And nobody... Oh, hang on. Slept poorly. That would have been a mistake last night. I meant to put him on guard. Alright, well, oversight. But I'm going to get Henrik down to feed the fire. She's been out. She needs to sleep. Ivano can come down, get his chat as soon as Henrik's done. So that's the fire maxed out. Let's get them chatting. Yeah, slept poorly. That would have meant that he slept on the floor, which was unnecessary because if we were going to sleep him, he could have slept in the bed with the child and got a decent night's sleep. But meant to put him on guard anyway. Alright, they're finished. So Ivano, he needs to go play on his toys, which keeps him happy. He's not sad anyway. Bios, anything? Just the My Story, which doesn't relate to anything that we've done. So Ivano's playing. Let's just have a quick look at what we were looking to do, because we weren't able to bring back any wood, so we're not able to get any more of those in. But we do have 2 boards in, so I think we're okay. But priorities. It would take 3 wood. Where are we on firewood first? We've only got 2 left. So we're going to need at least 2 tomorrow. I'm going to burn the books. The burning of the book's complete, and here's Franco. So we can't trade, but we can at least look at what we would have done. Yeah, 11 tobacco leaves. That would have made 66 cigarettes with Henrik. These would have been good for meds. Carrot would have been good because there tends to be an imbalance with meat and carrots, and these were a lot harder to make. It takes longer in the game to make these, so that would have been valuable. And this, of course, would have seen us good for a few days. All those components. Can't buy wood in the winter anyway, too expensive. And would have got that too. Oh well, not to be. Now, on the feeding schedule, one thing that we are going to do is I noticed in one playthrough that I had good karma with all of the players except for the child. And the only thing I could think of at the end of the game was that letting him get very hungry meant that he ended up not with the best karma at the end of the game. Actually, I'm just going to get him to unblock that there. So what we can do with the kids is, as we do have an imbalance of meat and carrots, they eat half as much as adults, so this is a full meal, just 1 raw piece of meat there. So that's going to bump him up 2 levels to normal. And we can do that every 2 days. That way he never gets very hungry. And I found that with the kids, that avoids having the poorer or not so great karma at the end of the game. So we're going to do that with Ivano. Adults will be on the schedule explained previously, where it's going to be second day of Very Hungry, which is days 5, 8, 11, until we can increase it. Meantime, he can. I think did he play on this toy? I can't remember. Anyway, she's awake now. We forgot to put him on guard anyway, so he doesn't need to sleep. Okay, he has played on that one. Let's get him on this one. So we were talking about priorities. Now, let's just get Henrik down here. Do that again. Get Henrik down here. Put a wood on the fire. Meantime. So we are likely to have to burn a couple of pieces of wood anyway to get more firewood at some stage. Now 3 wood would get us this additional board, but I think a stronger course of action is going to be getting the wood to be able to improve this. Now that's going to take 8 wood, and on top of that, to make the hatchet is going to be another 5 wood, so that's 13 wood. And assuming we burn a couple of pieces of wood as well, we can assume pretty much 8 or 9 full stacks will get us the hatchet. Because then once we've got the hatchet and we beat up the furniture in the house, that's going to give us 35 wood. And with that, then we'll be able to get the board in and even think about upgrading this. So that we can start working towards... yeah, because it's just going to be wood that we need. So that's the plan. To get enough wood to be able to upgrade this. And then make the hatchet. We've got the gun parts, we just need the wood. But not much more we can do today. Ivano's had his chat, he's played on his 2 toys. Nothing we can do there. We fed him so that he's not hungry. Henrik doesn't need to sleep or eat, because we're not eating till day 5. Arica's awake. So we could end the day there. Temperature's likely to dip, but then we do have the meds to handle it. So I think we just do this. 9 degrees, okay. Now, I was hoping that we got the bakery tonight, but I think it's actually tomorrow night that it shows up. So we're kind of stuck in this situation where we can't go to the Shell Brewery, or rather we can, but it's not the optimum time. If we go there with a gun, then we'll be able to save the girl, get a morale bump, and also it will be free of the bandits because they run off. If we go there now, the bandits are going to stay until we kill them. So it's not the best time to go there. This really... we don't have 10 full pockets here anymore. I've been there twice. So what I'm thinking is that food might be an issue at some point in the game. So firstly, he's going to sleep, he's going to guard, and she's going to scavenge. We could have her guarding, possibly a stronger guard. But it probably doesn't make any difference. Just guessing there. So we're going to go here, primarily because there is quite a bit of food there. So normally we would go there to get the meds for trade. But this time we're going for food. So that's what we're going to do. Now taking this is actually quite debatable as well. Because there are 2 doors to Crowbar. But there's no food behind either of the doors. And if we don't take this, it means that we have an extra pocket to bring stuff back. So I'm 50-50 on this. I'm going to take it, but there is an argument for leaving it behind. And go. Alright, so if we weren't stealing, let's just have a quick look at what we would have been getting. Because all these piles are available without stealing. So only a couple of full stacks so far, not great. This is the first of the Crowbar locations. He starts to complain, but as far as I'm aware, we're allowed to do this. Because it gets us to non-stealing piles anyway. So that's it for the non-stealing piles. If we were to leave now, this is all we would take with us. So 2 full stacks of components, 2 full stacks of wood, which would actually get our board in. But that would be it. But we're going to steal. We want the food. So let's do that. So I'm just going to dump everything in here so that everything's in one place and we can decide what to take later. So let's go to the second of the Crowbar locations, which is here. In general, I find the more useful stuff out here, not so much in here. So if you are... another option we could have done was just to bring the 1 lockpick, in which case we would have just used it on this door here and not bothered with this. But it would have meant that we missed out on this stuff here, whatever it is. So just 2 cigarettes. Well, we're not going to take that anyway. So 1 of these and 1 of these. Okay. So yeah, we could have probably lived without doing that. If we had brought the 1 lockpick that we had. Now there was a can of food in there. Sometimes, I can't remember, but sometimes there's a can of food either in here or here. Given that that's what we're here for. Alright, we're done with the Crowbar for now, so let's go upstairs, grab the meds. So we are going to get a morale hit here, but it's not going to be a heavy morale hit. What a morale hit you get for killing them and stuff like that. And the food we're going to get, I think, is what makes it worth it. Normally it's well worth it because you get the food and the meds are great for trading. But I think it's even worth it without considering the trade value of the meds. So it's just the fridge to go and then we're done. We can decide what to take. Okay, let's have a look. So firstly, 2 cans of food. So that's worth 3 days of survival because that will feed the adults. That will feed, as we've seen, that's a full meal for the children. But we can also make 4 meals there. So just this alone, I think it's worth coming here and taking the hit. Now, we are likely to see sicknesses. We haven't seen any yet, but that's just been lucky. So 2 full stacks of those, I think there's got to be. And for the first time ever, I think possibly leave these 2 behind. Although there's a stronger argument to take the bandage in case we start to see woundings. We want to take that back because it's expensive to make. Now, one thing, without being able to buy parts from Franco, this is possibly worth taking, as is this, even without trading, or even with trading, because you only get 4 of these in every location. So that's kind of the starting thing. This would, yeah, first time ever leaving a med behind. 10 water would be really nice, and we really want the wood, but I think we got to go with this, for the reasons explained. So let's go there. Into day 4, Arica getting back from the quiet house. So did we get raided? Is anybody sick? No and no. It's that's extremely lucky, I've got to say, so far, because normally we would have expected a raid and or a sickness by now. Alright, let's get these 2 down. Henrik can go do the fire. She was out, she needs to sleep, and we'll sleep Henrik later. So let's get these 2 talking so that we can get Ivano's chat out the way, and then we'll get him on his 2 toys. Now, bios. Arica, so she is sad, she recognizes what she's done, and the very hungry doesn't help either. Without food we'll die, we must search harder for it, but this is the her reaction to the stealing. I had no choice. I had to take their things. How else are we to survive? So she's being pragmatic about it. Bio there. I hope those elderly people have some family to support them. We shouldn't steal from them anymore. So he recognizes that something bad happened. And now Ivano. So that's his story. Arica visited some nice people and they gave her some of their things. So he's... looks like he's been lied to. Oh well, we are in a war. So Ivano can go play. He needs to top this up again. How are we doing on wood? 1 left, which he's about to use. So we're going to have to burn some firewood because we're going to need some by the end of the day. So let's get Henrik up to do that. So it looks like about 4 firewood per day. Once we have the hatchet, then that's going to help out a lot because that's going to give us, I can't remember how much firewood, but it's going to be about 4 days worth, which might see us close to the end of the war. So I think 4 leaves us 3 wood, not much. Henrik's just finished with the wood. Now let's get Ivano on his 2nd toy. Now the kids, they are going to ask for some pills, and they're going to ask for 2 pills. So we actually get a morale bump out of this, and we can afford it. We've got 4 bottles of pills and 5 of the softer meds. We don't need them for trade, because normally we'd be trading away a lot of this stuff, But because we're not doing that, we're gonna have excess, so we can do this, which should cancel out her sad. Our mum is sick, please help us. Oops, Arica, sorry. Didn't mean to do that. Henrik. Yes, let's give the 2 bottles of pills out. And that wiped out her sad. Poor children, I hope our meds are enough to help their mother. Gave him a consent, nice. And gave him a consent, nice. Well, that was also lucky because we could have got somebody asking us to leave the house, in which case we would have had to say no if we wanted to do any looting tonight. So I'd say we've been pretty fortunate so far. So now Henrik can get his rest in. Ivano, he's eating tomorrow with everybody else. So we've got enough cans for the adults and he'll have his piece of raw meat. Arica, she can go put a piece of wood on the fire. So we should be getting the bakery tonight. And if we just go have a look at... it should really confirm that we need pretty much 10 full stacks of wood if we want to do what we want to do. So yeah, 12, that's 6. And then we need another 5 on top. And that's 17. That's 18. Yeah. Minimum 9 stacks of wood. So we may as well just bring all wood tonight. Alright, so we're in the usual position of do we just wait and top up the fire as and when this drops down to 5, or do we end the day here and just put up with it being at about 9 degrees? Yeah, let's end the day and drop to 5. So finally we've got the bakery, so now we can go get the wood. So he can guard. Scavenge, sleep in bed. No preparation needed, and go. So there are a couple of characters here that we need to go say hello to. So he is actually a trader. He talks to his, I guess his mother or wife first. Hey, we don't want any trouble, don't touch any of our stuff. Then he gives us a trading option in a minute. Now, even if we were allowed to trade, I've never traded with this guy before. But here's what he sells anyway. So he sells water, meat, sugar. Okay, but what we want to do is, I guess, start the fight. So there are a couple of bandits out here. So we just hide here, they come in, go upstairs, and then a fight breaks out. Now, 75% of the time the bandits win, in which case we get, well, let's see what happens. Because they're going to come in here, go up, start a fight, shooting happens, and normally the bandits win. Sometimes they don't, though. Alright, here we go. That sounded like the guys down in the bandits win. So we can't see what's happening, but if we see one run off this way, and then we see the fridge door open, then the bandits have won. So there's one going. Fridge door open, so bandits won. Now he's going to exit this way, and we don't see them again. Which leaves us to run around and start looting the place. So a lot of wood, a lot of components. Exactly what we wanted. So he should have gone by now. Just leaving the mother up there. So So I'm just going to make a pile here. So again, just dropping one item makes a pile, and then we can just dump everything else into there. Alright, let's go and get our gun, because it will despawn. So here are the dead couple that the bandits killed. I think one of them's got nothing and one's got a gun. Yeah, that's what we wanted, the gun and the knife. So that's useful because the knife will also contribute to house defense. If we take the crowbar out of the house. Because right now if we take the crowbar out of the house, there's nothing left. And we would get the message that we had no weapons. So that won't happen now. Tonight Henrik's got the crowbar at least. So we got a bit of running around to do here. So what I'm going to just do is run around, pick up as many piles as I can. We've got a whole bunch across here, but also across the top. So I'm going to start at the top and then we just see how far we get. We won't be able to get them all. So that'll have to be done on a future visit. But I'll pick up what I can, get it down here, and then we'll leave it about 4:30. Just getting back now. Just going to do this pile. So one thing, this is a lockpick requirement on this door here. And behind here we've got a bunch of meds and other things which would normally be labeled stealing, but once the couple upstairs are dead, then a lot of the things, and I think this also counts for the piles at the top as well, which would otherwise be labeled stealing, but as soon as they die, we suddenly have access to all those piles. So we need to come back with a lockpick, which we will do, but we know that we want it. That's a lot of components. Got parts. We'll possibly be able to have 2 full stacks of parts here, but we know that we wanted wood. Let's just go there. This will fill out to a full stack eventually. But we did want this, didn't we? And there's no point taking this. But we do have some bullets at home. Forgot about that. But we know that we needed 9 full stacks of wood to get the hatchet. So I think we got to go there. Although we don't necessarily need to go to the... yeah, let's just make sure go there, because we don't have to go to the brewery tomorrow. Alright, let's do that. I'm going to end the episode there, so thanks for watching that one, and hope to see you in the next one, where we'll take it up from the start of day 5.